On Raw, Survivor Series team announcements. The show opens with John Cena, flanked by Kane, Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and Bobby Lashley. Cena grabs the mic and fires up the crowd, bringing up how Big Show jumped him last week during his match with Umaga. He cracks a joke at Show's expense.
Just when you think it's safe to have a good old-fashioned fight with your local Samoan bulldozer, big old poopy pants comes running down and ruins the party.
And says if Show wanted to pick a fight early, then Cena's more than ready to throw down. He lays down the gauntlet, daring Show's crew to step up right now. Before Cena can seal the deal, Edge and Randy Orton stride out with Gregory Helms, Johnny Nitro with Melina, and Mike Knox in tow.
We hospitalized a Hall of Famer. We became the new tag team champions.
Insisting his squad is the one to beat. Orton adds that Nitro will win tonight's ladder match, giving them 4 champions on deck.
Shut the hell up! I got something important to say! Not to mention, up-and-coming star on ECW, Mike Knox!
Ric Flair cuts them off, rolling in with Arn Anderson, Sergeant Slaughter, and Dusty Rhodes.
I'm the dirtiest player in the game! That's what we all think! You're not champions! You're pathetic!
The Nature Boy scolds Edge for targeting Piper. Their confrontation is crashed by the Spirit Squad.
I'll tell you what's pathetic, Flair! It's your team of Natural History Museum rejects!
Kenny and the boys declare they don't care who replaces Piper and remind everyone,
as the youngest captain in Survivor Series history,
Kenny is the youngest Survivor Series captain ever. Their cheer is drowned out when DX storms the ring, accompanied by CM Punk and the Hardy Boys.
I see all of us out here. Let's do it. Let's start the Royal Rumble right now.
But Triple H reins him in.
I guess that works too. Let's start Survivor Series right now.
Let's be realistic here.
Pointing out Flair's team could dismantle the Spirit Squad at any time.
Take it from most guys, they're easy.
Hunter shifts gears to mock rated RKO
Edge and Orton and the rest of the Village People
as the Village People and praises Punk as the next
ECW champions, the freshly reunited Team Extreme.
Celebrating Team Extreme's reunion. Edge demands an end to the Nostalgia Act.
It's sick and tired of your 2 words. This whole team is sick and tired of your 2 words.
Everyone's tired of DX.
Raw, ECW, SmackDown.
He looks to Cena for support,
I bet you Cena's even sick of you too.
but Cena gives a nod to DX instead.
I have no problem with you guys beating the hell out of these guys right here.
Suddenly, Big Show's music hits. The world's largest athlete charges the ring with Test, MVP, FInlay, and Umaga, proclaiming their unit the most dominant force in Survivor Series history. Cena throws wide the ropes, inviting every captain and crew to face off. Just as the chaos peaks, Vince McMahon storms out,
What the hell's the matter with you people? We're not going to have Survivor Series here tonight.
announcing that tonight's main event will be an all-captains tag match. The final teams, John Cena, Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H versus Edge, Randy Orton, Kenny, and Big Show. Let the survival begin. Torrie Wilson takes center ring, firing off t-shirts to the crowd and playing up her role as the new gunner. She zeroes in on Jerry Lawler at ringside, tossing one his way when suddenly Chris Masters storms out.
That's a mighty big gun you got.
He climbs through the ropes,
But have you ever seen guns like these?
flexing and flexing some more,
I know you can't break the mask off, and that's fine.
turning the moment into a full-blown muscle display.
No position you'd like a lot better than that.
That's when Carlito's music hits.
Masters, that's not cool.
He paces down to the ring,
Yeah, you got big guns. Downstairs, you got a little pistol.
sizing up Masters and making it clear that big arms don't mean big, you-know-what. No hesitation.
Want to do something physical? How about this?
Carlito drop-kicks Masters clean out of the ring. Torrie leaps in for a congratulatory hug, celebrating Carlito's quick save. But Masters isn't down for long. He sneaks up behind Carlito, clamping on the master lock and wrenching hard, cutting off Torrie's celebration. Masters shifts his attention to Lawler. Lawler storms in to even the odds, and the moment Masters realizes it's 2-on-1, he backs off. Torrie rushes to Carlito's side as he shakes off the pain, while Lawler glares at Masters' retreating form. Backstage, Todd Grisham catches up with
Johnny Nitro and Melina.
Grisham reminds Nitro that he's about to climb his very first ladder match tonight.
I'm assuming you've got to be at least a little bit nervous.
Not at all.
Melina jumps in, oozing confident. They dedicate this victory to
To our great friend, Kevin Federline.
swearing that K-Fed will straighten Cena out come New Year's Day.
I want to let you know that you are in our heart. And after tonight's success, we're going to go to Miami.
Nitro smirks, firing a parting shot at Jeff Hardy,
There's people like me, Melina, K-Fed, we're ballers. Then there's people like Jeff Hardy, posers.
pointing out that the only reason anyone tunes in.
50-50 chance he's going to kill himself.
With that, Nitro strides off toward the ring.
I love it when you talk like that.
Ric Flair is relaxed with Candice Michelle when Kenny from the Spirit Squad saunters over,
I'll see you later, Edge.
brimming with confidence. He taunts Flair about how youth always wins
Youth is going to prevail.
and scoffs at the idea of any replacement for Piper.
It really isn't going to make a difference, Rick.
Flair just flashes that trademark grin.
I've got 2 words for you. That's kind of what...
Simmons himself strolls into view.
The following is a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
Jeff Hardy versus Johnny Nitro with Melina. From the opening bell, Nitro's in unfamiliar territory. He's never competed in a ladder match before. Michael Cole seizes the moment to plug tomorrow's ECW showdown, where the Hardy Boys reunite for the first time in 4 years, while Jeff cheerleads himself into a whisper in the wind, then scrambles for the ladder. Nitro rushes back in with a wheelbarrow bomb, and Melina's primal scream echoes through the arena. Johnny scrambles up to grab the ladder, but Hardy drop-kicks it into his face and lands a pescado off the apron onto Nitro on the floor. After the commercial break, Hardy is already halfway up the ladder when Nitro shoves it over. Both men lie motionless. A ladder in a corner under the title belt and climb again. Nitro leaps at Jeff with a super ladderplex, but Hardy fights him off. Johnny rams the ladder into Hardy's midsection, crotching him on the top rung, then tries to reposition the ladder until Jeff hits a missile drop-kick into the ladder, flooring Nitro. Hardy drags Nitro free of the wrecked ladder and sets it back up. Before he can climb, Nitro catapults him back first into the ladder's side, then races up opposite Jeff. They brawl on the top rung until Nitro drop-kicks Hardy off, snapping Jeff's body. Nitro climbs to the top, but Jeff, limping, yanks him down, slamming him against the ladder. Hardy staggers up. Jeff launches himself, but Nitro rolls out of the way. Nitro scrambles, grabs the ladder, and hurls it at Jeff's face. Nitro catches him with a stiff drop-kick. He then wedges the ladder between the ropes to pin Jeff in place. Nitro vaults a second, taller ladder into the ring, then pulls him into a neckbreaker. He blasts Hardy's knee with it. The two ladders stand crisscrossed. Jeff fights back with a sunset flip powerbomb off the top of the taller ladder, crashing Nitro. Jeff, bloodied but determined, drags the taller ladder into position under the belt, climbs until his fingers brush the championship, and rips it free. Winner and still Intercontinental Champion Jeff Hardy.
That's 41%.
Lita and Edge are having a strategy powwow when Randy Orton strides in, Maria at his side.
He's 100% recovered.
She fires off questions about whether rated RKO can dominate both tonight and at Survivor Series. Before anyone can reply, muffled voices carry through the hallway, Cryme Time's unmistakable banter drifting from the next room. Orton sneers at their arrival.
I have a feeling we're going to have these titles for a long time.
Word.
The duo fires back.
Get him, sweet booty metrosexual queer. Don't talk to so because you might get poked ass in me.
Edge holds up his hands,
Crack ass cracker.
swears he's down with the brothers,
I'm Canadian. I'm down with the brothers.
I spent a lot of time bonding with Whitney Houston videos.
and Maria chips in. Edge leans in, drops a threat,
We're going to make sure that DX has something coming with you in black and blue.
and the two hustlers laugh. They turn to Maria and holler,
You go, mama?
Where you go?
Won't you watch No Evil with us?
asking her where she's headed, because apparently everyone's plan tonight involves a movie.
Oh, get the milk.
Lita versus Mickie James. Before the match starts, Lita grabs a mic with a smug grin and
I asked for and received another match.
reveals tonight's twist.
You're blindfolded.
JR immediately questions how Lita keeps getting these unfair advantages. Jonathan Coachman soon walks out with the blindfold in hand, tying it tightly around Mickey's eyes as the crowd boos. The bell rings and Mickie swings wildly, walking quietly behind her before smacking her across the back of the head. Mickie stumbles forward and grabs at Lita's legs, dragging them both down in a quick scramble. But Lita's got the advantage. She knows exactly where to land her shots. Drives her head into the canvas with a devastating DDT. Instead of going for the cover right away, Lita climbs the ropes and launches into a perfect moonsault, landing squarely on blindfolded Mickie for the 3 count. Lita grabs the mic.
Get another shining example of why I am the most dominant woman this industry has ever seen.
Her chest heaving as the crowd settles.
For 7 years, people like DX, John Cena have the audacity to disrespect me.
She lays it out,
Worst of all of you people
and still can't get any respect, especially from these fans.
seem to forget. You have a very short memory, forgetting who I am, what I've done.
She reminds everyone that she single-handedly revolutionized the women's division,
Before me, all women were eye candy. No moonsaults, no Lita piranhas.
risking her body
All the sacrifices I made,
when she tore her knee.
whether breaking my neck or getting verbally berated by you idiots every week, all the sacrifices I made.
She says she's been the inspiration behind an entire generation of women superstars,
Without me, be no Trish Stratus, be no Mickie James.
She vows she'll once again beat Mickie at Survivor Series.
And then I'm gonna walk out the WWE Women's Champion.
When that final bell rings,
I'm walking away from all you people. Survivor Series is my last match.
Survivor Series will be her last match.
I'm gonna retire.
Her swan song as the greatest women's champion of all time. With that, Lita drops the mic and exits, walking out of Raw as the women's champion. This will be Lita's last Raw match for now, leaving nothing but her legacy in the ring.
The greatest women's champion of all time.
Hey, you ready, man?
Edge stands alone, distraught, until his rated RKO partner steps in to lift his spirits. On ECW, the Hardy Boys made their long-awaited return to tag team action, squaring off against the full-blooded Italian. So with Trinity, Matt kicked things off against Little Guido, quickly establishing control before tagging in Jeff. The brothers focused their early offense on Guido's arm, showcasing their classic chemistry as a Hardy's chant echoed through the arena. Tony Mamaluke tried to intervene, but got met with a double pump handle suplex for his trouble. Trinity got involved, tripping up Jeff. Jeff went for the whisper in the wind, but came up empty, giving the FBI an opportunity to take over. The FBI landed a double back suplex for a near fall and stayed in control, isolating Jeff. A jawbreaker on Mamaluke gave Jeff a chance, and he eventually made the hot tag to Matt, who charged in and cleared house. He nearly pinned Guido after a second rope leg drop, but Mamaluke broke it up. Momentum swung fully in the Hardys' favor from there. Jeff hit the air Hardy off Matt's back, and Matt followed up with a twist of fate on Guido. Jeff sealed it with a swanton bomb, and Matt covered Guido for the win as the brothers stood tall in their reunion match. Kevin Thorn with Ariel versus CM Punk with Kelly Kelly. The action starts fast and furious, with both men exchanging holds and strikes. Punk fires back with a sharp face kick, followed by a swift kick to the back and another to the gut. But Thorn catches him on the ropes, plants him with a backbreaker, and hooks the leg for a near fall. Thorn keeps Punk grounded, cinching in a tight chinlock and cutting off every comeback attempt. Thorn shoves him into the corner and transitions into a punishing Boston Crab. Kelly Kelly races to ringside, barking encourage Punk and Kelly clear the ring of both heels. The two celebrate by raising each other's hands and sharing a hug, while Mike Knox stands silently at the entrance, watching the celebration unfold. On SmackDown, Gregory Helms versus Jimmy Wang Yang with Amy. The bell rings and Helms asserts his veteran savvy, winning the opening lockup and shoving Yang into the ropes. He keeps Yang grounded with tight control before whipping him into the corner. Yang ducks low, catches Helms with a leg sweep, then follows up with a snap kick that sends Helms tumbling to the floor. Seizing the moment, Yang climbs to the top rope and launches a moonsault onto Helms outside the ring. Back inside, Yang heads for another high-risk maneuver, but Helms snaps his head into the turnbuckle to regain the advantage. Helms unloads a series of stiff punches, then elevates Yang for a textbook suplex. He slows the pace further by sinking in a chinlock, wearing Yang down. Yang fights back with heart, breaking free and landing a picture-perfect clothesline. He dazzles with a Hurricane Rana and a soaring crossbody, turning the momentum. Helms tries to climb to the top rope, but Yang meets him there, only for Helms to slip out and floor him with a sudden Eye of the Hurricane neckbreaker. Helms hooks the leg for the 3 count and celebrates as the crowd applauds the veteran's resilience. Backstage, a furious Vickie Guerrero
What are you doing calling my attorney?
accusing her of scheming. Vickie insists she's done nothing wrong and reminds him
I am the executor of the estate. Stay the hell out of my life.
she swings to slap him, but Benoit catches her wrist and fixes her with a steely stare, leaving Vickie seething. King Booker and Queen Sharmell intercept Teddy Long.
Thanks. What can I do for you two? I was about to step out.
Booker, cane in hand, reminds Teddy that in just 48 hours he,
The champion of champions.
must defend his title against Batista.
I need you to promise me something.
What's that?
I need you to sign this.
Booker unfurls a parchment, his royal contract.
After I slay the animal, I will never ever have to face him again.
Teddy bristles,
I don't take orders from you, King Booker, but however, you do have a case.
insisting he takes orders from no one.
Now you got my word. Survivor Series will be Batista's final opportunity.
And Queen Sharmell.
Your word is not good enough for King Booker.
Booker smiles thinly and ups the stakes. If Teddy agrees, he must sign the contract in the middle of the ring.
In front of all of my loyal subjects.
And with Batista by his side.
Bring your boy.
So both men's names are forever sealed on the royal decree.
Don't expect King Booker to trust either one of you.
With that, the royal couple sweeps off down the hallway. Brian Kendrick with Paul London and Ashley versus William Regal with Dave Taylor. The match opens with William Regal and Brian Kendrick locking up in the center of the ring. Regal quickly transitions into a tight armbar, grounding Kendrick and wrenching at the shoulder. Kendrick fights free with sharp counters and flips, but Regal's veteran savvy allows him to go for a backdrop, but Kendrick rolls through. Kendrick goes back to the arm wrench, but Regal counters with knees and strikes, before unleashing a crushing back elbow. William Regal drops a knee across Kendrick's chest. Kendrick fires off shots to the gut, but Regal catches him and hoists him for a textbook throw. Covers again, only for Kendrick to grab the bottom rope just in time. Regal follows with a series of knees, driving Kendrick back down. Kendrick battles back with headbutts and snaps off a few kicks, but a missed heel kick leaves him vulnerable. Regal cinches in a half Nelson, wrenching Kendrick's arm, but Kendrick powers out into a burst of fan-favorite offense, only to be met with a crushing double-arm powerbomb for his trouble. Regal transitions into a tight headlock, grinding Kendrick down until Kendrick claws his way to the ropes, forcing a break. In the scuffle, Regal's forehead splits open near his eye. Seizing the moment, Kendrick surprises Regal with a rollicking monkey flip and a flurry of sidekicks. A soaring crossbody nets him another 2 count. Kendrick climbs the corner and nails sliced bread number 2. However, Dave Taylor storms in to break the pin. Taylor clotheslines London and Ashley down. Kendrick hits a body press on Taylor, only to run into a high knee from Regal, and Regal covers Kendrick for the 3 count. Winner, William Regal via pinfall. At the end of Finlay versus Benoit, Benoit heads up top and slips the Shillelagh to Finlay. Finlay clocks Benoit with it and follows up with the Celtic Cross for the win. Post-match, Chavo Guerrero climbs to the top rope and crashes down on Benoit with a frog splash. Vickie Guerrero screams, demanding Chavo hit another, and he does, delivering a second crushing frog splash as Benoit lays motionless. Squared Circle is transformed into a regal court. Trumpeters fanfare as King Booker and Queen Sharmell hold the royal contract. Ivory drapes, a velvet throne at ringside, and every detail screams kingdom.
Greetings and salutations.
He addresses his loyal subjects.
King Booker, the champion of champions!
In 48 hours at Survivor Series,
Batista's destiny will be denied
and strip him of any future title opportunities.
for my world title.
SmackDown GM Teddy Long enters.
Now what's really going on? Is all this necessary?
Booker demands Teddy's signature in ink, not just words.
I know that.
I am royalty. I need it on my royal decree.
Teddy hesitates,
The king shall receive, all right?
but concedes, placing pen to paper. Batista's music hits, and the animal storms the stage while scowling at Booker's decree. Booker taunts him,
A little nervous, perhaps, Batista.
with a grunt.
You know you can't beat me.
Batista signs the royal contract under the watchful eyes of Booker's court,
May the best man win.
then lunges at Batista. A brawl erupts. The trumpeters scatter as Booker swings. Batista fights back with savage rights and topples the horn section. Sharmell hands Booker her ornate staff. Booker slams it into Batista's throat, then shatters it across his skull. The throne remains. Booker and Sharmell stand atop their battered quarry, SmackDown's undisputed royal couple, having sealed Batista's fate in pen and violence. Last episode rankings and recap. Raw, 5 points. Lita declares herself greatest champion of all time. Lita's bold claim set the tone for the entire show, underscoring her status at the top of the women's division. Jeff Hardy versus John Morrison. Melina, Intercontinental Championship. Hardy reclaimed gold in a fast-paced bout, with Melina's antics adding extra drama. Torrie Wilson invites Carlito to her hotel, a fun, flirty backstage segment that gave Torrie prime billing and advanced her Carlito storyline. Lita versus Mickie James. Mickie scored revenge, defeating Lita thanks to DX interference. This built on their heated rivalry and left the title picture wide open. World Tag Team Championship, Rated RKO versus Ric Flair and Roddy Piper. World Tag Team Championship, Rated RKO versus Ric Flair and Roddy Piper. Rated RKO, Edge and Randy Orton defeat Flair and Piper to capture the WWE Tag Team titles, meaning all 3 members of Rated RKO, Edge, Randy Orton and Lita, now carry gold around their waists, say CCW 1 point. Mike Knox, Kelly versus CM Punk. Punk won clean, while Knox's jealousy storyline with Kelly simmered, but saw no real resolution. Rebecca interviews CM Punk. A solid backstage promo. SmackDown, 3 points, Crystal and The Miz versus the Boogeyman. Crystal stood her ground, a memorable, if brief, showcase of her character. Finlay tells Queen Sharmell and King Booker to shut up. Ashley Massaro in the tag division. Ashley joined Paul London in a losing effort to William Regal, showcasing her commitment to in-ring work. Batista and Bobby Lashley versus Finlay, King Booker and Queen Sharmell. A brutal tag team main event, keeping the SmackDown Championship picture compelling.